again just before Christmas. And so basically, yes, very bad news, obviously, for Sault Ste. Marie, our neighboring community. And well, we've certainly heard about this over the last few months. There's been a number of government measures that have been addressed as we fight the tariff issue that we face with the United States. And so certainly a few of them equally in the last few weeks, limiting further the import of other steel products from other countries, I think is essential. With countries that we don't have free trade agreements, encouraging developing policies to buy Canadian products, to buy Canadian steel. I should mention as well that part of the layoffs are tied to the retooling of the Algoma Steel plant. They're moving from a blast furnace to an electric arc furnace, and that's in order to be able to better supply the Canadian, our domestic market here in Canada. I was surprised myself to learn that as a country, we only buy 40% of the steel that's manufactured here in Canada. The rest we export. But in other countries of the world, that's not the case. They buy a large production of the steel that they produce. So part of this process and part of these layoffs are also tied to this repositioning for Algoma Steel. So hopefully, longer term, we'll be able to turn things around.
Last week, Prime Minister Mark Carney and Alberta Premier Danielle Smith signed a memorandum of understanding regarding a new bitumen pipeline to the West Coast. MP Rochefort shares her thoughts.
I always gauge an issue by the amount of feedback that I receive. And so basically, to date, in our riding of Nipissing-Timiskaming, I've hardly received any negative feedback. And so I think a lot of Canadians believe that it is now the time has come for us to be sovereign in every sense. And but for me personally, I think it's a great opportunity to build our confederation. I can never accept when I hear dialogue of a province, whether it be Quebec or Alberta, talking about separatism. And so, and as they say, Clark, there's many ways to get to a destination. I mean, the commitment is still to reach a zero carbon emissions by 2050. We will simply take a different route by investing in technology. And so overall, it's certainly a project or a direction that we will follow closely in the months to come.
And how much focus needs to be on partnerships with First Nations communities that the pipeline will traverse?
Absolutely. In order for this project to move forward and to be considered as a major national building project, the conditions include collaboration and with First Nations. It ensures respecting our green targets and green energy goals, and so all of those elements. So the MOU has many components to it. And I know it comes across sometimes with a few components, but it is very detailed. And so hopefully with time, we will have a positive project to move forward with solutions that satisfy the Canadian interests.